Hey tech team, this is Chandler here. So we're just going to do a quick tutorial on ProPresenter. So I just clicked in the ProPresenter here. We're just going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about cues, which cues in ProPresenter are how we control our stage display. And the stage display is the screen in the back of the worship center and the studio that the musicians and the band get to see. So that has all of their lyrics, their chords, their next slides, all of those fun things. So we're going to talk about cues. We're going to talk about our countdown, our 5-minute countdown, which is our pre-roll countdown, which is how we start every service. And then we're going to talk quick about editing slides and editing chords. So to get started here, I just clicked in the ProPresenter, and this is what we did for last Sunday. So you can see that we started off with announcements, then we went into a welcome video, call to worship from Psalm 93, and then we've got our first song here, Oh How I Need You. So we're going to go right ahead and edit the cues so that our musicians have the correct stage display. So if we right click on the slide, we're going to go down to Edit Cues. And this actually has a cue already, so I'm just going to remove it real quick just for demonstration's sake. So we're going to right click on this, and then we're going to go to Add Cue. Okay, and we're going to go to Stage Display Layout because we're talking about our stage display here. So we're going to go into songs and chords. If we're putting up a cue for the band, we're always going to go into songs and chords. That's the correct template for them. So now, if you click on this, it should give them, I'm just going to go into stage display real quick here so you can see, this right here is what the band will see. So they see their current slide notes, and this is the actual template that comes up when you go into songs and chords. Okay, so if we wanted to remove that cue or change that cue, we can go to Remove Cues, Stage Display. And maybe we wanted to edit it. So let's go down further here. There's our second song, our third song. Now we're getting into speaker name, flowers, and here we're into Jim's message. Okay, so we're going to click into Jim's message here. He's going to want actually a different stage display cue because he doesn't need all the chords and lyrics up there. So we're going to go Add Cue, and the cue we're going to give him in stage display is for speaking. So that'll give him just his notes. So what he sees is actually what is right here. So that's just a quick demonstration of cues. Now we're going to go into our countdown. So I'm going to just scroll back up here. So the countdown will come as we're flipping through the announcements here. And so once we get to 5 minutes of just our iTunes music going, 5 minutes before the service, so 9:25 we'll say for first service, we're actually going to put on a clock. So the countdown corresponds with a song in iTunes. So if you click over to iTunes, we've always got this pre-roll music playlist here, and we've always got one song in here that's roughly 5 minutes long. So that'll be the song that will start every time for pre-roll, 5 minutes before the service. At the same time as we do that, we're just going to play that. So that is playing right now. We're going to play that, and then right as we do that, we're going to go up here to clocks. Okay, and that gives you all these different clock options. So we have countdown 1, stage display, elapsed time, timer. We're just going to go with countdown 1. So that's going to be our pre-roll timer. So we're just going to set that at 5 minutes. So if you click here, you can just edit it. Oops, not that. And we're going to change it to 5 minutes. Okay, so 5 minutes. And then whenever you want to start it, we're just going to click start. And then that should start it. You may have to put another cue up on the screen. So if we go Add Cues, this is a timer cue. This isn't a stage display. So we're going to go timer, and then we're going to click on countdown 1. So that's the countdown we just added. Now if you click on the slide, it'll get that countdown rolling on the screens. So that's a quick thing about our pre-roll. And then last, we're going to talk about editing slides and chords. So if you notice, this song actually only has one background. This is just a quick side note. So this only has one background. We're switching to only using one background per song just because we think it's a little less distracting. So just a quick side note, but going into songs and chords, this is how we're going to do that. I was telling you earlier about how the backstage display screen has all the songs and chords for musicians. This is how we actually edit that. So we're going to right click on the slide again, and you're just going to go into Edit Slide. So that pulls up this whole other box where we're in editor mode now. Okay, so what you see right now is the actual slides that the congregation sees. So if we wanted to edit those, we'd go into here. Now we can click it and we can change it. Maybe this word is supposed to be God. We go back, put God. It's actually Lord, so we're going to leave that. But we're going to talk about specifically stage display. So on this first slide, if we go right up here and click on this box, you'll see right down here it says Stage Display Notes, and there's just a D in there. So that would be the intro for this song. So maybe if this song had more chords like D, C, G, that's the intro, and we wanted to edit this, we'd go D, and then we always do 3 spaces. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, C, 1, 2, 3, G. And so now when this slide comes up, the musicians are going to see in that stage display this. Stage display notes, they're going to see that. Okay, so we're going to leave that be. So that's a quick thing on editing just slides and chords. So if you have any other questions, feel free to ask Jeff or Mark or Chad or any of those guys. Thanks, guys. Hope you learned something.